Hello, thrillers! And to the new subscribers I'm going to get just now when you smash the subscribe button and the like button. Welcome back. It's good to have you here. So, this is a tutorial on how to make a statement Agbada dress. It's just like an improvised Agbada. So here is to show you the final result of the dress. Although here I'm making use of my client's daughter to showcase the dress, but my client herself is more on the bigger side. So this dress will be more fitted on her body than what you see here. Here I have almost 4 yards of fabric. Quickly, this is how I folded it. So here I'm just using this to illustrate. Like here I have almost 4 yards here. Yes, and of course, you know, our Ankara is always 45 on this way. Towards that yardage side, I'm going to fold it into two like this. I'm going to fold it this way too. Because this thigh, it doesn't have joining at the shoulder. Take note, it doesn't really have joining at the shoulder. So we are cutting both the front and back together. Just this way and then this way. So this serves as my center fold. The next thing is that the amount of fabric that you're going to have here will be, that is the amount of fabric they're going to fold depends on the highest body circumference of your client divided by 4. You put it aside plus how many inches you want to have your pleats, that is the side that will form Agbada. So in my case, I'm making use of, I want it to be 3 inches. So on fold, that is 3 multiplied by 2. I have 6 inches. Then the sleeve length that I want to work with a short sleeve that is 7 inches. I will make sure that on this side I have my 7 inches plus my 6 inches pleat plus the quarter of hip circumference I'm working with. Then on this side, making use of a length of 62 inches, then plus the hemming allowance. So whatever, that should be your case, and let's roll from here. And now this is it. This is my center fold, and as you can see, this side is folded, and lengthwise we have 64 inches lengthwise. This is the width. Of course, I've already told you how to get the width measurement. On the center, I'm working with a neck width of 4 inches. So I'm going to mark my 4 inches here. And the neck depth, for my back, I'm working with a neck depth of 2 inches. And for the front, I'm working with 7 inches. Then because those pleating will start from the shoulder, you also measure your shoulder. So the shoulder is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I have the shoulder here, and that pleating of 6 inches, I told us I'm making use of a pleat of 6 inches on fold. That will now be 3 inches. So you measure your 6 inches here. If you notice, this thing looks like a shortage because I told us that you're going to fold it with the highest quarter of your highest body circumference plus 6 inches plus sleeve. Yes, it's because I already went ahead to trim up this. You know, I'm making use of this. So I already went ahead to trim up this. But if you don't want to attach something like this, just do it that way. Just do it straightforward. But I cut out this because I'm going to join, and I hope this is clear. So I'm going to also add half an inch that I'm going to use to join this fabric too. So just follow me gradually and you understand. So mark your half an inch or 0.75. So the other ones I'm going to cut it off. But from here first, just mark this down, 8 inches shoulder, and from 8 inches I'll mark my 6 inches. I'm going to mark it down. Just do it all the way down. When you are done, you also do it at the back because this pleating is running from front to back. 8 inches. So when I'm done, I'm going to use just this and connect everything and come back to show us. So I've done that front and back, as you can see. So I'm going to leave my joining allowance and trim off any excess I have here. On this side, on the neck, I'm going to just come up by half an inch. You know, just sewing allowance. Trim the back first. So let me go ahead and trim this out. Then the next thing, I'm going to open this up so that we will not cut the front on the back also. So I'm going to take out the back and trim this off. So at this point, you can already go to confirm that this can pass through your head. So the next thing is I have a fabric here on fold. So I'm going to place this under. So it's good to secure with your pin. I'm going to trim out this place, and this will serve as my neck facing. I can also decide to leave this on this shape, or I can just try and form an oval shape, however you want it. This is the front side. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and fold it this way. So I sew it round. And then this is the front of my fabric. And place this here. Right side facing right side. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine and also sew this round. This is 1 yard of fabric. I just cut it into pieces, and now I'll have to join the shoulder. Yeah, this is by 60. So I'll take it to my sewing machine because it's not enough actually. I will join it at the shoulder, right side facing right side. This is joined here already. So I'll take it this way. This is the back. I'll align it on this shoulder. Align it here. Right side facing right side. What I'm just doing is to join it down. So I'll just join it with 0.5 inch, hold it down to the other side. When I'm done with this, also this side too. This is right side. I'll also match it at the shoulder, right side facing right side. Just join it all the way down, and I will come back and show us. So quickly, this is how I want to seal up this, just so that I won't go ahead and start serging. I'm just going to double fold and sew to seal up the seam. I'm done sewing this, and as you can see, I've also gone ahead to notch it. So I'm going to turn it to the other side, and I'll use my hemming gum, place under and gum it on this. You'll also see I've joined this statement piece on the side also. The next thing to do is remember our 6 inches pleats, 6 inches here, 6 inches here, all the way down from top to bottom on the back and on the front. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold this, fold it over the 2 points all the way down. So on fold, you're going to have 3 inches here. So after folding it down, I'm going to take it and iron it straight down, iron it flat. But I want to do something here. Now I want my pleat. I want to stop sewing around the waist region. Shoulder to waist of my client is 17 inches, but I'm going to make use of 18 inches. So from here, from the shoulder, I will mark 18 inches down. I have it here. I'll mark on this side too. This is the shoulder, 18 inches here. I'll do the same thing for this side. So as you can see, I've marked it from here 18, and at the back from here also 18 inches. I've marked it on both sides, as you can see, 18 inches. So the next thing I did, this one is optional. I just want to do it this way. This is a soft or paper stay. I want to iron it on this point. So I cut it the same width, 6 inches. So it's going to span from here down to this point too. So I'm going to iron it onto here. Do the same for the other side. And when I'm done ironing, I'm going to fold this over. That's 6 inches. I'm going to pleat it over and iron it down from top to bottom. So here is it, well ironed all the way down already. The next thing I'll do is, remember the 18 inches that I marked right here. I marked 18 inches right here and also at the other end. So I'm going to take this to my sewing machine, and on this way, 3 inches, I'm going to sew from that 18 inches point to the 18 inches point of this side, which is where I have this. To stop here, do the same for this other side, and I'll come to show us. After that, you're going to arrange it properly so that we'll join the sides. I secured it with my pin, I did not sew to the end, so I secured it. I'm done arranging it. I'm working with a hip of 47 inches, and 47 divided by 4 is 11.75. Then I'm going to add 1 inch ease. This is 11.75 here, plus 1 inch ease allowance. Mark it down, 12.75. If you notice something, this color is not up to this, because this one is just 60 inches, why this is more. But I've already turned it to style. Of course, I've already turned it. It's going to become a style altogether. I've marked this. The next thing is for our sleeve opening. The shoulder to bust is 11.5, but I'm going to use 12 inches. Then remember, we have a shoulder of 8 inches, which is here. Yeah, exactly here. And we have a sleeve of 7.5 inches, which means it is upper arm sleeve. And the upper arm of my client is 14 inches, but I'm going to add some allowances. So 14 inches divided by 2, I have here 7 inches, but I'm adding 1 inch ease allowance, that is 8. I have an allowance of 1.5 inches, and I'm going to trim off the excess. I'm making use of my pinking shear scissors. You can see the zigzag nature. So now I'll open up the sleeve. Fold it, double fold it, and sew. Do the same for the other side. And also, when I'm done with that, I can now join the sides. I'll join the side all the way down, join the other side too, and I will come and show us. I've joined the sides, as you can see, and I've also gone ahead to hem it. The hem, just by folding it into 2, I hemmed it separately. So you can see this one is actually shorter. So let me turn to the front side. So do you see how it's looking like we have an inner here? Another different material. It's very beautiful. We stopped our sewing at this point. So alternatively, you can decide to sew this pleat up to the very end. You can decide to sew it to the end. All you have to do is, because it may not allow you to work, properly. So all you have to do is you have to give a slit to any point, any reasonable point here, at least for ease while working. You do it on both sides. So that is an alternative way. And another alternative is, instead of sewing it here, instead of sewing it, holding it, sewing it, you can also decide to just use your hemming gum to hold it down together. So these are 2 alternatives by which you can do this. So, and we are done with this. Can't you see? It's looking very nice. But we are not done, because you've not subscribed. So please go ahead and subscribe. Let's get to at least 1,000 for now. Thank you very much. And do have a lovely day. Bye.